Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Welcome to August 18th pre-market session. So let's take a look at the events and the market. So then the overall market gap down and is pushing lower right now, both SPY, Qs, and a lot of other tickers. If you check out the crude oil, you can see that oil started pushing higher slightly, or if you check out WTI, you would see this as well, that the price of the oil started pushing a little bit higher, and that is basically an inflation raising concern for the market, right? Yeah, so yesterday the market was really slow and couldn't basically push any higher. The bid started losing the demand zones, and the price started selling off, even though the price action was not the cleanest early in the morning. It finally started selling off after like 12:30, after 1 p.m. It sold off and again started consolidating till the end of the day. Overall, the weakness was there, and the concern in the Middle East also is affecting this kind of pullback because of the whole oil and inflation concern that could happen. Okay, so about semiconductors, we don't have any major news. Yeah, semiconductors technically held yesterday. Overall, it was holding a little bit better. We had housing data, which had a significant miss, and building permits beat expectation, which are not really that important for the overall market, and especially tech. And import-export prices also is out, and import prices fell 0.4% in July. And this is disinflationary, so it's not really going to affect the inflation concern as well. Yeah, the main concern would be again the oil price rising, and as a result affecting the overall market. So even though we had a couple of economic events for the day, if the reports are not really that important for the whole market. So we'll take a look at some corporate news. Home Depot beat earning per share expectations by 0.19 and beat revenue as well. And if you check out Home Depot, we gapped up, right? We gapped up slightly on Home Depot. The price was around 335. Now we are trading around 344.45. And so the company is trading higher, and it's both earning and revenue was really good. Meta is down 1%. There is a social media addiction trial beginning today. So we'll see how that works and how that affects Meta. Yesterday, Meta was trying to basically hold this 578. It finally sold off, and it retested this zone around like 11:30ish, and finally had a pretty good sell-off actually. So we gapped down, and we are trading around 558ish zone on Meta. So this trial could potentially act as a negative catalyst for Meta, and if that happens, we're gonna probably see more sell-off on Meta. Okay. That's, I guess, it. On the earnings side, we covered Home Depot, which is going to be the most important one. And yeah, we have some news about airline stocks, which are not going to be probably that important, I guess. Financial Times reports airlines are discussing lower ticket prices as jet fuel prices are lower. So that might affect airlines. So that's it, I guess. I will take a look at the overall market and go over the technicals, and let's set up the plan for the day. So obviously the theme of the day is, well, yesterday we saw this rejection clearly, right? The theme of today would be analyzing SPY and seeing how it holds this range. What is this range? This is the same zone that it held back in August 26th. Sorry, August 10th, August 6th, and August 10th and August 11th, right? So this is the same zone that we saw the price held after this all-time high breakout. And well, we hit 776, 778, 9 multiple times and got rejected. Now we are back down at this 760 8ish area. If you check out the daily chart, you can see that we are almost at the 9 EMA. So if this level holds, we might bounce here, and the bounce would be a reversal right here, or a bounce above this level, and retesting the 773 and then 777 resistance. If this level breaks down, we will probably, there is no honestly level here. We just can go straight down to 760 on SPY, right? So yeah, we had this massive explosion. So if this level breaks, we could go for 760, and this could be a really interesting trade. And this is basically just a pullback. Just remember that this is just a pullback in higher time frame, okay? And this would be a beautiful pullback because it will be a breakout and a retest of the previous all-time high on SPY, and that would be interesting. And we'll see how the price holds around these areas. But if it holds, then the price action for the next couple of days on SPY would be very interesting. Qs pushed higher, try to break out of this 736, 737 area, but couldn't. What happened? We are back below this zone that is acting as resistance at this point, right? So we broke this structure, okay? We were holding in this structure on Qs. We broke out. We were holding in this structure, but now the sellers were not able to, the buyers were not able to control this zone. The price pushed back down, and we're back down. And we are seeing the weakness on Q's price action so far. So definitely Q's on watch for a sell-off continuation. The key resistance zone is going to be 724 all the way up till this 728, which is the main resistance area, which we rejected multiple times, and we were holding for the last 2 trading days. But right now we broke below the zone, and sellers are controlling the level. So 719, 720 would be the main demand area, that if it breaks, we could go down till 716, and then 713, 712 demand on Qs, right? This area. Okay, and if you check out the daily chart, we are going to hit this zone like around these areas, right? If the price pushes lower, we could technically go all the way down and hit 21 EMA, and then we have the 50 SMA on daily chart as well. And then this whole zone is an important support and resistance area, critical basically point for Qs. That price reacted pretty well and often in the last couple of months, right? So this could be a good pullback for Qs as well. So if the price continues selling off, just understand that we are technically in an uptrend on both Qs and on SPY, and the bid might step in at any time, and you want to be prepared for that. Okay, so don't think of it as, okay, this is a sell-off and I will just go all in and short or buy puts. Be aware of the levels, and especially around this 712.13 or on SPY, be aware of this critical point of 760 if the sell-off happens, okay? Because there we might see a massive reversal, and you don't want to be short in that kind of in that zone. Okay, SMH kind of held yesterday, right? Held a lot better than SPY and Qs, but it is rejecting, right? It rejected this resistance zone, and this is the zone that we had from yesterday, right? The price could not break out of this area, and now we are seeing a rejection and a slight gap down on pre-market, and now we are holding right around this 574. Okay, so this is a really interesting rejection here on SMH, and if we keep selling off, and the main resistance area would be obviously this 584 till 500 95 ish area, and the main demand zone on watch would be the pre-market level all the way down till this 566. This would be the next main important zone on watch for SMH. Okay, now if we retest this 580 and reject it, then this would be a very interesting setup, in my opinion, for shorting SMH and targeting 566 and then 555 ish zone. Okay, so Apple is just like consolidating. It's the same exact range. Really, there's nothing to talk about here. Tesla did reject for another time, like yesterday, right? We tried to break out of this zone, but we couldn't. We closed below this 342, 341 zone, and we are slightly pushing lower. We're still holding above the moving averages. We're still holding in this demand zone. If the market continues selling off today, there is a chance of seeing Tesla being weak and selling off as well. For that to happen, we need to see 332 get broken, and then 330.27, this zone being control of the sellers, and we want to see as controlling this area for a sell-off continuation on Tesla. Okay, now if the price bounces back up, obviously we could bounce here and push higher. That is also a possibility. As we are seeing a higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, and now we are kind of holding right at this zone. So it is possible to see Tesla bouncing above this level as well. Now if the market starts pushing higher, Tesla could also push higher and bounce and retest 347 and 352, and then we have a gap above this zone. Okay, NVDA just rejected this zone, obviously, right? I talked about the fact that it's overextended. This is an exhaustion here, and we need to pull back. It finally happened. Now we are retesting the moving averages on the daily chart, and so far the pre-market shows the price action is weak. However, we have a demand around 218, 216, and then 214 all the way down till 210. So there is a few layers of demand right below this zone. If you want to go for it, obviously there are some quick setups below the pre-market. You could go for 217 and 216, and then maybe 214.15. Overall, yeah, I think if the price pulls back down, there is a chance of seeing a bounce here as well, like the SPY and Qs. Google is pretty, I guess, flat below these zones. We could go for below 341. There is a $6 move that can happen down till 335, 332. So if you want, you can watch Google for a possible breakdown. I don't like it for any bullish setup unless it gets above 357. And AMD had a strong move on Friday, and then yesterday it pulled back. Wasn't really that weak, but then with the whole market weakness, now we're seeing the price controlling below this zone. And again, we are back down to this like choppy sideways price action on AMD. So yeah, I'm not really a fan of trading in the middle of this kind of range. So again, I would like to see AMD either get back up, control 513, 520-ish zone and break out of this zone and hold there, or break down below this zone and hold below 456. So let's see if that happens. Intel actually looks interesting. So we're seeing Intel rejecting 110, 105 zone multiple times in the last couple of days. Finally, we are breaking down. We are seeing a breakdown here on this triangle, pushing the price lower, right? And yeah, we are basically getting ready for a possible sell-off. We'll see if it happens or not. But the main zone I would like to see sellers control would be 95 zone, this zone. The resistance obviously is around this 108 all the way down till this 100 zone, which we are rejecting right now. But I want to see the price getting below pre-market low, obviously, first of all, and then below this 95 and controlling 95 area. So that's going to be an important zone. Meta is really weak, right? Meta is weak. It is already selling off in the pre-market, and yeah, the whole trial about this social media addiction thing can also affect Meta's price action as well. And in the pre-market, we are already really weak. So below the pre-market level, we could go down till 546 and then 540. And then the last time we hit these zones, it was in the pre-market, and then we bounced above this whole area, right? And then this 540 is going to be an important level. The next one would be 520 if the price keeps selling off on Meta. So definitely below pre-market, like pre-market low on watch. And then 568, 570 also could be on watch for a quick possible, I don't know, bounce above this zone. I'm not really a fan of trading it long today, probably because of the whole trial and the negative catalyst so far. But if that happens from this 568, we could go for 578 and 590. MU controlled above 1000 really well, but lost the zone, and now we are pushing back down with the whole market, right? So yeah, it's in a tough range right now. I want to see MU below 900 and sellers controlling it below 900, or I want it back above $1,000 and see buyers controlling the zone. Okay. Microsoft, beautiful hold so far. It pulled back. That is okay. Even if it pulls back down till 469, 470, it's still a good setup. So Microsoft on watch above 490 all the way up till this 500 to see if it can control this zone or not. For now, this area is a resistance area, and we are right below the zone. if the price gets below pre-market low, we could go down till 475 and then 470. All right. So let me know what you guys are watching for the day. Cool. So with that being said, we will go ahead and trade live with the team. If you want to join us, make sure you check out the link in the description and come and join and trade live with us.